please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Welcome back to Reporter's Diary on India's #1 business news channel, and straight then to a CNBC TV18 exclusive. The Canada Pension Fund is interested in hiking its stake in Kotak Mahindra Bank and Edelweiss, says the president and CEO of the fund, Michael Sabia. He added that the fund is interested in renewables, healthcare, and will also be looking at targeted real estate opportunities. Let's take a look at this exclusive conversation.
In the case of the Kotak Bank, our thinking is not driven by whether or not or what the regulatory issues are that Uday Kotak is working on as we speak. Our interest in that is we think that is a great bank and it has a great future. And similarly, Edelweiss, we have a very, very good partnership with Rajesh Shah. We think that business Edelweiss is very interestingly positioned across, a set of very specific financial services that are very important as India works through this important asset reconstruction challenge that it is facing. So would we be open and interested in increasing our presence in both of those businesses? Absolutely.
On the renewable side, I think it was, in 2016 that you had spoken of a commitment of 150 million. How much have you invested already in the renewable space so far, and where do you see that headed?
A solar power company that I'm sure you know of called Azure. That's our principal area of investment in renewables. But the renewable space is, so that is a pillar of what we're doing, and it's a pillar of what we will continue to do. That's a very important part of the portfolio for us here. That being said, the renewable space in India is so large with respect to both solar and wind in particular, and we would like to significantly increase, very significantly increase our exposure to both of those alternative sources of energy over the next 3 to 5 years. There's a very significant growth opportunity there. And as you know, the cost functions of those technologies have changed so much that they've become so competitive against traditional power generation that, as I say, it just opens up big opportunities. We're, I think in North America, I think we're the biggest investor in renewable energy among pension funds. So it's an area that we know a lot about, that we're very confident in the expertise of our people, and therefore, we want to apply that expertise here and to build pretty substantial businesses in the renewable space in India.
From big-ticket investment to cutting-edge technology, move over Apple's iPhone X or Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, the latest entrant in the premium flagship segment is Chinese telecommunication major Huawei. The company introduced its flagship series in France, and the star of the show was the Huawei P20 Pro, that is the first ever smartphone to pack in a triple camera setup. CNBC TV18's Megha Vishwanath caught up with Alan Wang, Director Product Center at Huawei, to know more about the company's big premium bet and the roadmap for 5G-enabled smartphones. Here's a slice of that conversation from the launch event in Paris.
Huawei did start focusing on entry-level smartphones, and for that what you did was that you created, at I think somewhere around 2014, a sub-brand called Honor, which focused on not just the entry-level but also your mid-segment smartphones. And Huawei as a brand started focusing on connectivity and 5G. So why the change in strategy to go back to the smartphone market? Because these phones that you're launching or the new launches are under the brand name of Huawei and not Honor.
Yeah, so I think, firstly, I think after 3 or 4 years, that Honor has already get a success, and so we already have the ability that to launch a new brand. This is the first reason. Okay. The second reason is after 3 or 4 years, that a lot of Indian people has already used the smartphones. There's a demand to upgrade that from the entry-level phones to the middle level and to the high end. So that's why we think that it's a time to formally introduce the Huawei product as a premium brand to Indian market.
All right, so would that mean that going forward as well, all your entry-level and your mid-segment smartphones would be under the brand name of Honor, and the premium smartphones would be Huawei branded smartphones? Is that the plan?
I think not exactly that so clean, the interface that between two brands.
Okay.
But basically, I think the brand position of these two brands have some difference.
Okay.
That owner, as you said, that the target audience will focus on more on the young people, and but the Huawei brand is we are going to set up the Huawei brand as a premium brand.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Since we are talking to Huawei, I cannot help but ask this question.
Yeah.
Huawei is one telecommunication company that's been betting on 5G and is very confident that it would be a reality by end of this year or at least early 2019. The P20 series, is that 5G compatible? Or will we have to wait for another generation of smartphone?
Huawei will be that one of the earliest, the brand to have the 5G function.
Excellent.
And also that because we are not just, that a phone company, as I said, that we are also the global #1 telecommunication solution provider.
Yes.
So we have a lot of patents and technology that on 5G. I'm sure that the phone with a 5G feature that will also be the best.
Well, the Huawei P20 Pro has been priced at 899 euros, but we don't have an update on the India price for you just yet. Remember, though, Mega will be bringing the entire review of this product only on CNBC TV18's Tech Toys that next week, so stay tuned. Meanwhile, corporate India has a learning maturity index of 71. This means that while learning strategy and operating models are well aligned with business strategy for most organizations, there is still need for additional capabilities to be built to enhance the role of learning and development in companies. That's what the KPMG NHRDN study titled Learning on Point 2018 indicates. Now, the study assesses the state of learning and development across 138 organizations, several sectors, and in fact, we caught up with Nishchya Suri, the partner and head at KPMG Learning Academy, to understand really how organizations can achieve the next level of maturity. Let's listen in.
As far as moving corporate India on the scale of learning maturity, one of course needs to continue to align as far as learning strategy and business strategy is concerned. Effectiveness can only improve as you get stronger and stronger alignment between L&D strategy and the business strategy. To really be sure about the areas you have to build as far as capability is concerned for today and for tomorrow. So be planful about the investment you're going to make and in which areas. I think another area that is important to improve learning maturity is in fact put the learner front and center of everything that we do. This means recognizing learner preferences. What our findings revealed was in fact the ITES or BPO, KPO sector had the highest learning maturity, followed through by IT companies and pharma companies. And this again doesn't surprise us because for the longest period we've been talking about how the skill sets within the IT sector have been transforming and changing, and how important it is to unlearn and relearn and acquire new skill sets and keep pace with changing needs and requirements.
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Reporter's Diary. But stay tuned, news and updates right here only on CNBC TV18. Thanks for watching.